Okay.
Chapter Consultation. Al-Hasan said, people never seek advice without being guided to the best possibility available to them. Then he recited, and whose affairs are a matter of counsel. Chapters 42 Ash-Shura, verses 38.
Okay. So, consultation. Who is al-Hasan mentioned here? The companion of the Prophet ﷺ? The grandson? Or the tabi'i? He's al-Hasan al-Basri, one of the greatest of the tabi'een, whose words, they used to say, resembles the Prophet's hadith, because he was brought in the house of the wife of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, Salama, if I'm not mistaken. Consultation in Arabic is istishara or shura. This has a great role in Islam. There's an old saying for the scholars, some make it a hadith, but it is not a hadith. It is a famous, well-known statement. ما ندم من استشار وما خاب من استخار. He who seeks consultation will never regret it. And he who prays istikhara will never fail. Now, istishara or shura is mentioned in the Quran. Allah Azza wa Jal says, so by the mercy of Allah, you were lenient with them. And if you had been rude and harsh in heart, they would have disbanded you from about you. So, pardon them, ask forgiveness for them, and consult them. So Allah is ordering who? The Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam to consult. And also Allah says, and those who have responded to their Lord and established prayer, and whose affairs is determined by consultation among themselves. So it's part of our deen to consult, to seek guidance. And this is an amana. What is meant by amana? It is something to be entrusted with. Why? Because when someone comes to you and seeks your consultation, you have to be fearing Allah Azza wa Jal and give them the right consultation. You must not consult someone who is inexperienced, and you must not consult someone who does not have the piety and righteousness. Why? If you ask and consult someone who is inexperienced, what will happen? He will give you the wrong consultation. Imagine you have stomachache, you have pain in your stomach, and you go to a dentist. What will he do for you? He will extract your wisdom tooth and charge you for it. But your pain will remain. So you have to seek consultation from an experienced person. In marriages, so many times people, when they have problems, they go to someone who is inexperienced. A man comes to me, Sheikh, my wife did this and this and this and this and this. I say, A'udhu billah, divorce this so and so. Divorce her. This is inexperience. A woman, so many women come to me and say, my husband did this and this and this, please advise. I said, I will not advise you. Why, Sheikh? I have to listen to his side of the story. Sometimes I listen to the sister, I say, your husband has to be hanged. But then the husband comes in the afternoon and says, my wife did this and this and this. I said, your wife has to be put in front of a firing squad. At night, I bring them both together and I listen to them. Half of what he said and half of what she said where lies, they do not repeat them in front of each other. Whenever I present my case, I always try to show the good points in my side and my favor. So you should and must ask someone with experience in whatever you do. You want to start a business, you don't go to someone who has no experience in business. You want to start farming, you don't go to an expert in industry. He doesn't have any knowledge in farming. And he has to be righteous and pious. Why? Because he might cheat. You go to someone and he doesn't fear Allah and tell him, you know that sister? MashaAllah, tabarakallah, she knows the Quran by heart and she knows the 6 books of Sunnah and she has great knowledge in Islamic studies. And by the way, she's a revert. And before she accepted Islam, she was a beauty queen. And she knows how to dance ballet and plays the violin. And she speaks 7 languages. And she is this feature and so. So do you think it's good if I propose to her? What would he say? A'udhu billah. A woman like that with such a past and history. Ya akhi, fear Allah. Marry someone who is pure and Muslim. So, thank you, jazakallah khair. He goes and marries her. So consult someone who fears Allah and who is experienced. Now, if you manage to do this, you will find that there is stage 2. So I consult, I take feedback from people, from the elders, from the experienced. What is stage 2? What to do next? Istikhara. You pray istikhara. And the issue of istikhara will come inshallah later on, hopefully before the day is over. And there is a lot of talk about it, how to do it, the results. Do we see a window opening from the heavens saying, do it? Or do we see a dream? Or so people have confusion about istikhara. We will come into that inshallah.